broken up with over email. Thanks, Poshmark. Super feeling that love. I knew it was struggling, but I didn't see this coming. Posh love is felt no more here in sunny Australia. We were just dumped. To share the whole journey as it comes. We've still got to figure out how to use Poshmark, how to make sales on Poshmark. I did sign up on the waiting list for Posh Live sales, and you guys, the shows are like 2 and 3 a day, if that. It is so different than in America. Maybe that means I can get in at the start of things and make a better go of it. Here's hoping. Dumped in an email, no less, sent out in American time, so it was 3 a.m. here. I woke up to find texts from my American best friend, also a Poshmark and eBay reseller, Melissa, over at the Thrifty Broad, and she said, hey, well, at least you know why your closet's not seeing any traction.
Hi and welcome to Well Read Wardrobe. I'm Christin, and this video was supposed to be about how well starting Poshmark over in Australia was going for me, and that is not the case.
I've lived in Australia for 1 month now, have had a Poshmark closet for that time. I actually started it in 2021 while overseas, still living in America, and knowing that I would have a closet here in Australia. The plan at the time was to move back and forth. Now I'm here permanently and have made 1 sale, which will also be my one and only. As a full-time American reseller who has been on Poshmark for 5 years, full-time for 3, I'm a bit devastated. Coming over, I immediately saw the differences between Poshmark in America and Poshmark in Australia. There simply wasn't any marketing that I could see in Australia. The subscription count I heard reported in another video was only somewhere around 500,000, and that includes the UK, India, and Australia. So tiny compared to the North American platforms. I think what gets to me is that the sellers here were doing their best, and they were doing everything that we've been told to do. Work up to Posh Ambassador. What does that mean? Well, you have to buy something.
First Poshmark package. Let's check it out.
The easiest step in becoming a Poshmark ambassador was to buy something and then leave a love note. And I'm a little salty seeing how happy I was here. I do really love these pants though.
These are linen blend, so very breathable. Super beachy. First Poshmark purchase success, yay.
You have to leave a love note. You need to share other people's closets as well as your own. You need to have 50 listings, and you need to make some sales. Now we have live selling as well, and people were signing up for that. They were taking the classes that were offered. It was Poshmark. Funnily enough, the one that did the breaking up, they were the one not pulling their own weight. There's no marketing happening here, no advertising, not beyond the platform itself. What did they think was going to happen? I feel disheartened and mad because they didn't give it a chance before closing their doors. I don't know what it's like over in the UK. I think they're even newer than the Australian branch, with India somewhere in between. I know Australia opened in 2021, which was probably horrible timing. And in the last 2 years, it hasn't taken off. But really, who is to blame for that? Maybe pulling back and focusing on their original platforms is the best business move, but they're letting a lot of people down. And I don't see them getting another chance to come back here. I wouldn't take them back. I'm gonna move on and find someone better. Starting my store and sharing my journey means I did document start to now, sadly, the finish all within a month, and it'll be shown here in this video. Coming to Australia and starting over was a bit daunting. It felt a lot like 2018 in the States, with a few exceptions. We did have the newer toolbox icons, which made sharing faster, but still a manual chore. We're also lacking the technology third party that would allow cross-listing and sharing. I did find one cross-lister, however, it doesn't do sharing. So all that you see, working my way from 0 to 43% of Posh Ambassador status level 1 was all done manually, and a huge waste of time. Thought it was a waste of time in the States when we had to do the same, but now here it literally translates to nothing. Now I understand that Poshmark is a business and they owe us nothing. I'm still entitled to my feelings, and right now that the majority of those feelings is anger. I do feel betrayed as someone who was willing to invest time into this platform, pay the 20% plus whatever shipping discounts they're receiving, and I no longer have that chance. Having the rug pulled out so quickly like that, and just the way they broke up with us. Honestly, an email at 3 a.m. and then the banner at the top. Let me go ahead and put that in here so you can see. It looks just like any other closet clear out or news. Click here for more information. But really what it's telling us is that you have a week to close shop, take your money out, and be done. I don't think the employees here had advance notice. I was shopping at Kohl's, and Kohl's here is a supermarket, not a clothing store, when I got a message saying that Poshmark Australia Live had invited me to participate in one of their live auctions. The live sales here are not nearly what they are in America. There's also no competition. Whatnot is not available here at this time. And I was excited. They welcomed me to the country and to Poshmark, and this was within a week of the surprise news that they were closing. In order to get the live sales up and going, Poshmark has an office of people that will go on live with you. They were also hosting classes where you could just watch a live and learn how to do it yourself. I was enrolled for these classes as well, even though I have done some live selling over in the States. Mine were all silent auctions, and I thought it couldn't hurt to try. They invited me for the next week. It was a Thursday. I actually broke my plans, stayed home, redid my whole schedule around this noon show that never happened. They just didn't show up. A day later, we were told Poshmark Australia is closing its doors. As you'll see from my screenshots here, they are still promoting other lives. You'll also notice there aren't many per day, and this is not because it's closing. This is honestly the traction that we saw, at least in the last month that I've been here. I had hoped that meant I could get in on like the ground level, but they gave me a month before they shut their doors, so obviously that's not happening. While Poshmark considers itself a social media selling platform, I don't. And I don't think the culture here in my new country has embraced that. And I don't think we should. Maybe I'm just old-fashioned, but I like to get online, shop in the hours that I want to shop, look for sales, find the best prices, and purchase my item. I don't want to be essentially fighting for an item I didn't know existed until the show started. I think it's a clash of cultures. I think it is something they are pushing in America, and they are not seeing the same results in other countries. Now, I haven't been living here long enough to say, but please keep in mind, it is springtime here in Australia. Is this just summer slowdown that we were experiencing? It's unclear to me. But again, maybe it's just the culture. This time of year, a lot of people are taking holidays and enjoying the outside. Does it last spring through summer, or is this just how it is all year round? I don't know. Guess I'll never know now. I'll let you know next year how my eBay sales are doing. There are a lot of rumors happening right now online. We're all speculating, guessing, essentially why it failed. And I've heard shipping brought up more than once now. As someone living here who has had one sale, mind you, I'm going to tell you I don't think it's shipping. Over here they're using Sendle. If you have a Citizen account, then you're experienced with Sendle as well. It is already a lower priced shipping option. So other than that, what can I tell you? Well, Poshmark still seems to be operating for this last week. They are still promoting live sales. They are still having 3 parties a day and advertising those via text. And they want you to spend your Posh credits on Poshmark. And again, if you're in America, please remember that I am a day in the future from you. There are just a few days left to sell and then cash out. November 1st. Which will be Halloween in America. So while you're out there trick-or-treating, just remember those of us here are cashing out our closets and crying into our pillowcase, not knocking on strangers' doors asking for candy to be put into it. Another thing I'll miss. All the live sales that are being scheduled right now are saying things like has to go, clearing out everything, 50% off, low prices. And we're also seeing an influx in people saying, hey, I'm taking my sales to Facebook Marketplace. Do you want to join me in this group? So we'll see if any of that takes off. Besides Poshmark though, eBay is here. eBay's going strong, and there's also a pretty good presence on Depop as far as I can tell. I've just joined. If they close in a month, I might seriously lose it. That's me throwing my hands up. All we can do is keep going. Obviously not with Poshmark, but there are other ways to thrive and survive with reselling. Thanks so much for tuning in this week, and don't forget to hit subscribe and ring that notification bell so you know when another video goes live.
Call the police. We need to call the police.
Don't call me. Don't come by my house. We're done.